Nationwide, at least 19 million adults age 50 and older live in unaffordable and/or inadequate housing. The demand for critical home repair and modification needed by struggling older homeowners exceeds the capacity of existing organizations to provide traditional models of low-cost assistance. To help address this growing problem, AARP Foundation launched the Home Repair Accelerator program to identify and support organizations that are piloting new models of home repair and modification and generating a sustainable increase in the number of homes repaired for low-income 50-plus homeowners. Habitat for Humanity of Fresno County is one of 7 Habitat affiliates to receive support from AARP Foundation to expand their Ramps and Rails program and neighborhood revitalization efforts. Shirley Pointer volunteers every day as a foster grandparent at the Holy Cross Center for Women's Daycare in Fresno, California. Even though she has some health problems and needs a cane to get around, she doesn't let that stop her.
My knee bothers me, but you know what? I don't let that bother me. I just keep on going and doing what I have to do. You know, I don't want to feel sorry for myself.
But Shirley's life got a little easier when a ramp was built at her home by Habitat for Humanity of Fresno County as part of their new Ramps and Rails program.
I was visiting her one day and I saw her, you know, with her walker, with her cane, trying to hitch up her knee to get up on top of her step. And it was just at the time we had been awarded the grant, and I thought this would be perfect. She would be a perfect advocate once we got this wheelchair ramp up and going. And it really changed her life.
Before I got the ramp, I had like a step, and it was very difficult for me to come down the step all the time. I even fell a couple of times. But when they built that ramp, it was very convenient for me to go up and down, and I really appreciate that.
We thought, what's the way that our affiliate could most impact this community at highest health and safety needs? And we really felt like the wheelchair ramps was a great place for us to start.
But Habitat for Humanity Fresno County's Ramps and Rails program is just one of many in its neighborhood revitalization initiative.
What do you, as seniors, as residents who are over 50, need to successfully age in place? Our approach is called the collective impact model, and basically we work with other agencies who are doing the work in the neighborhood, but more importantly, we work to empower the residents who live in the neighborhood to create the kind of changes they want to see. One of the things we do is we organize community conversations, community roundtable discussions, and the roundtable discussion is really to get resident buy-in, but also to get resident-led, resident-generated ideas for improving safety and mobility and access to care issues and transportation issues in the communities.
And then, of course, we talked about the many ways a home can be rehabbed.
When folks, Habitat or other organizations, see what's happening in West Fresno, it's very easy to see lots of needs. And so I think learning to really have that interest in gathering, listening to, and respecting the voice of the community members is one of the most important best practices that we've learned. And it's difficult. It takes time.
For us, the best practices are using models that are evidence-based, that really work in the community, and using models that give us the role as facilitators, not doers, not prescribers, not fixers. We are facilitators of change.
Engaging with and empowering residents in community conversations has led to many positive outcomes, like those for Doug Berard. At 28, and in the prime of his modeling and acting career, he was struck by a car. His legs were crushed, and he had a brain injury. Now, years and many surgeries later, he is living independently in his own home.
It's got 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a basement, you know, the whole 9 yards. And my only thing was there's no wheelchair access.
We saw that he had built, with friends, had built a ramp to get up into his house, which he needed, and it was very unsafe and falling apart, and the slope of the ramp was very, very steep, and we saw it, we just couldn't believe that he was able to function. So that, to us, was a great signal to say, hey, here is exactly what we were looking for, a situation that presented a high health and safety need.
I like my ramp. I'm so blessed. So it's the only thing I could do for them, I'll do, because they did so much for me.
By taking a collective approach to community outreach using successful evidence-based models, gathering, listening to, and respecting the voice of the community and facilitating change, Habitat for Humanity of Fresno County continues to positively impact the lives of older adults in the West Fresno community. AARP Foundation is committed to preserving the adequacy and affordability of existing homes, increasing the supply of adequate and affordable housing, raising awareness of housing challenges facing struggling 50-plus homeowners, and sharing best practices across organizations. Learn more at aarpfoundation.org.